Alright, third try is the charm apparently. Hello everybody, Demi and Noel. God. Today we are streaming about damage types, pretty much how to mod your weapon. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be showing and talking about is in-game stuff. A lot of the mods you're going to see and the way that I organize them and mod them is, if you're just starting the game, a lot of mods that you're not going to have yet. But I'm not really going to go over how to get them. I can do that later in a different video, especially if you're in my alliance or my clan. I will help with that. However, the main purpose of this video is so you can see a true, like, in-game how to build a weapon. So these, I'm using the Dark Split Sword because it's new to the game. These mod sets that I'm going to be showing are, they're very articulate. I spent pretty much almost all day modding this shit for you guys, so I hope you like it. So I did A, I did B, and I did C, as you can see. I'm going to dive right into this because, as you guys just heard, I forgot what I was about to say. So that happens. Alright, so Dark Split Sword. The first thing you'll notice, if you look at the bottom left side, there is no slash, there's no puncture, there's no impact. That means we're not going to have slash, puncture, impact mods on the weapon. It's going to do absolutely nothing because it's not there. Having said that, you will see when I fight some of these enemies that they will be taking puncture damage. So, there's some things in Warframe that aren't really talked about and aren't really showed that you will see in this video, because when I see it proc, I will probably show you guys. I plan on maybe editing this video, so if it happens, I will probably slow it down so you guys can actually see it. I'm not fully sure why or how heat, radiation, and corrosive would, or viral would actually proc out puncture damage, especially when a weapon that has no puncture damage. I'm not sure about that, but it happens. For those of you guys that do like Tower 4 survivals and you stay there for like 4 hours and stuff like that, you've seen this before. For those of you guys that just started the game, you've not seen this stuff before, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so this is my basic build for the Dark Split Sword. My attack speed is 1.10. I can make it faster than that. I chose not to because it was too much of a damage fall off. This is like my happy home spot. I have heat, radiation, viral. The reason I have heat, that's for my infested, because the low-ranking infested take heat damage. The high-ranking infested, like the ancients, don't really take heat damage. You need corrosive for them or viral. For those of you that don't know, viral kills just about any enemy on the game. Why? Because it bypasses shield and armor. It goes straight to health. Every enemy on the game, I don't care who or what it is, will die from viral damage. In case you didn't know that. Why do you think Saren's Prime is so OP? That's why. Back to the weapon. I have radiation. Radiation pretty much acts as if you had a Nyx with you. It makes the enemies fight each other, or like they'll go fight someone else. Another thing that it also does is it makes that enemy a target. If that enemy takes radiation damage, all the enemies around them can pretty much have a chance of attacking that one target, which keeps the attention off of you. So what I'm trying to say is this build that you're looking at should be able to kill anything on the game, because you have viral, which will kill, it'll bypass armor, so there goes your Grineer. It bypasses shield, so there goes your Corpus. And it also kills infested really quickly as well, which is what I'm going to show you. Heat damage will kill the low-ranking infested, viral will kill the high-ranking infested, and then your radiation is going to proc anything else that just doesn't want to die. With these builds that I'm showing you guys, I was killing infested that was like level 28 in about 2 hits. So, for those of you that are anywhere below Mastery Rank 10, you are probably going to want to look at these builds that I built here. The Mastery Rank between 10 and 13, you're probably just starting to figure some of this stuff out. What I really want to show you is, I just switched over here to my configuration C, so you see my heat's off. I'm using blast, radiation, and corrosive here. Corrosive, like I said, affects the ancients. However, corrosion doesn't really do any damage. Corrosion pretty much lowers armor, but it's not exactly going to kill the enemy. Radiation, same thing. It's going to make the enemy a target. Not really going to kill the enemy. So the only thing actually doing damage here is your blast damage. I've talked to some people. I don't really deal with high-ranking players because they always have their head up their ass. I'm not one of those. And a lot of them say that using corrosive and radiation together kills a lot of shit on the game. I used this earlier today. It didn't do absolute shit. The only thing that did do something was the blast damage. It's not going to do anything because corrosion doesn't kill shit and radiation doesn't kill shit. Which is why in my main build I switched to corrosive for viral. I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So, when you're building a weapon, it doesn't matter what mods you put on the weapon. Okay? Try to follow me. It matters what mod you put on the weapon and where that mod is. If you take a bunch of mods and throw them on a weapon, you're going to come out with a piece of shit. Like, you know, it's just going to be whatever the fuck it is. However, if I take, like right here, I have Pressure Point, Fever Strike, Shocking Touch, Spoiled Strike. If I take my Shocking Touch and switch it with Molten Impact, you guys see what happened. My heat went away. Now I'm looking at Radiation, Gas, and Magnetic. I moved one mod. That's it. So if you guys like what I'm showing you, and you are trying to build the builds that I'm showing you right now, you need to have the mods exactly where I have them, exactly how I have them. Okay, if the mod is max ranked, it needs to be max rank. If you have this mod, like my Molten Impact is fully ranked, it's doing 90% heat damage, so if yours is half ranked, you're not going to have the stats that I have. If you want to have exactly what I have here that I am showing you, you need to have everything exactly as I have it, which is what I just showed you guys. The movement, the wrong placement of one mod in any build I'm showing you right now, you will come out with a whole different weapon. Okay, so blast damage, that's going to affect every enemy on the game. If the enemy doesn't die or take high damage, they're going to fall over. That can be useful for some of you. For those of you that do like rolling with the radiation and corrosive, this is your radiation and corrosive build for your Dark Split Sword, right? However, if you guys are trying to copy my build and you don't build it exactly how I just had it and your weapons are in the wrong order, you can come out with something like this where you have radiation, gas, and magnetic. Radiation, enemies a target. Gas, that's a whole different subject. Magnetic, that's mostly for corpus because it lowers their shield or it harms their shield a lot. So this build right here doesn't have a whole lot of Grineer damage in it. If you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, gas damage, for those of you that don't know, gas procs viral. So why would you have gas and viral in the game at the same time? Well, the thing is, viral damage damages the enemy directly. Gas damage procs viral. The way that it does it is if you hit one enemy with gas, that gas damage will go to his buddy, and then his buddy, and his buddy. Next you have a whole group of enemies that are taking viral damage. Viral doesn't do that. If you put gas on a weapon, it'll spread. If you put viral on a weapon, it won't spread. However, from what I've seen when using viral, because I have viral on literally all my fucking weapons, viral will kill quicker because it is viral. Gas kills slower because it is gas. It procs viral and it spreads. So pretty much gas's main ability or main thing you want to focus on is the spreading. Whatever. So for a weapon like the Mutalist Cernos, some people are saying that they nerfed the Mutalist Cernos. I know this is a little bit off subject here, but I'm going to show you guys. I always throw in little treats for you guys, so here's yours for this video. Right? So when you shoot the Mutalist Cernos, a little gas pod comes out, it used to create a gas cloud, okay? If you have split chamber like I do right here, you have two little gas pods that come out, and then you got a bigger cloud. The reason they took the cloud out of the game is because the cloud is not needed. You don't need to see the fucking cloud to know that the enemies are being affected, okay? If I were to take Mutalist Cernos, any mission, and shoot the ground in front of an enemy, him and all of his buddies are going to take gas damage. Because gas starts off at one enemy and spreads to the next enemy, to the next, and then they all die from viral, not the gas, okay? If you want to kill them faster, like I do, I just go straight viral, like you see here. The other thing you need to know about the Mutalist Cernos is that the gas that you can't see anymore that you used to be able to see, there's nothing you can possibly do to make it not gas. It just is gas. Mutalist Cernos comes with gas damage. Why can't you see it? I don't know. That's beyond me, but it's there. Okay? So you see how I have viral on here? That means when that pod hits the ground, the gas cloud that you can't see anymore is doing gas and viral at the same fucking time. What does that mean? The enemies are going to die even quicker. Because now I'm hitting you with viral, and the gas damage is going to proc viral. So this 4,592 viral that you see is actually a lot higher than that, because it's just doubling and tripling on top of itself. Okay, so back to the Dark Split Sword here. Now you guys can see more of why I modded it the way I modded it. Okay, so you don't want this. This is what you don't want, okay? Magnetic, I don't roll with magnetic because I like stuff that will kill any enemy, not just one. Magnetic is corpus based, it's not going to do too much against Grineer, so I don't like using magnetic. If you do, maybe this is a good build for you, okay? Gas damage will kill a lot of shit, radiation does what it does, right? But if you have this, the way that I had it, you have blast damage, radiation, corrosive, okay? So if you don't place these mods in the right place, you will come out with shit. Like, let me see. I think there's a way to create, there's other, like, you know, pretty much I have almost every element in here. I have toxin, electricity, ice, and fire all on this weapon at the same damn time. So if you mix these mods up and don't put them in the right place, you are going to end up with a pile of shit. They have to be exactly where I have them. Exactly where I have them. Okay? I can't stress that enough. This loadout here, configuration B, I think I'm still, yeah, configuration B, all I did was add more status and more speed, so the weapon will move quicker. I don't really care for speed on this weapon, I like it at 110, but if you want more speed, I tried to do a speed build. I lowered the damage, it does still kill stuff, just not as well. So this one has corrosive, radiation, heat, and this is where I got the idea to single out the heat by itself for my primary build. All I did was lower the heat, lower the status, and I boosted all the other damage all the way around. So my primary build, heat damage for infested. I don't really care about setting corpus and all the other shit on fire. I just like fire damage. That's why I did it. Because honestly, I could take, where the fuck is it? This, and if I were to put shocking touch here, all it's going to do is trade the electricity for the heat. It's not going to touch the radiation, it's not going to touch the viral. Again, that is because of placement. If you see here, I have Fever Strike, Vicious Frost. That is creating my viral, or creating my viral. So if I were to put this in the wrong place, now I have corrosive, cold damage, and radiation. So again, placement of the mods is paramount. Any weapon you touch, any weapon you build, if it's melee, if it's secondary, if it's primary, doesn't matter what it is, you have to have the mods where you want them to get what you want. Same thing with your Kubro. Hold on. Let me make sure I put my build back how I want it. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I want fire on here just because that's me. So with Kubro, this is Shadow. And my main Kubro's name is Max. I'm showing you Shadow for a reason. Max is Sunica, and he's rare because some shit, how I got him last year. Anyways, any mission I take him to, he pretty much hardly ever dies. You guys have seen him in my streams over the years, and you see him like in pictures I take and shit like that. Max never really dies. Shadow has the exact same mods, and he dies every now and then. And it's most likely because of the placement of the mods. And I just got a new Kubro that's added to like my main list, Nymeria, and same thing, she hardly ever dies. Like she'll die every now and then, but she doesn't die as much as Shadow does. It's because of the placement of the mods. You have to, anything you're modding in Warframe, you have to look at where those mods are for how well the item will do, pretty much. So I don't see it so much in Kubros. One of my friends is a founder, and it's more prominent for him. IDK, my Kubros have their own mind, and they run around. If you're in my crew and I have a Kubro with me, it doesn't always follow me. Sometimes it'll go follow you. That's just what my Kubros do. I don't know why. They have their own brain. So, anyways, so hopefully you guys seen that. I'll show you again for if you guys missed it. So this is corrosive, radiation, and blast damage. Okay, if I take one mod and I put it in the wrong area, I'm going to come out with something completely different, and the weapon could be either not usable for me or not usable at all. So this is not what I want, so I'm putting it in a specific area. Okay, again, this is like, in-game shit, because if you're first starting out the game, a lot of times you just want to do damage period. If you're starting Warframe and you're watching this video and you want to do damage period or know how to do high damage, you want to do viral. And the other thing you want to do is when you're on this screen, all I did was open up where it says press X for equip, and it opens up so you can see all the weapons and shit. When you're on this screen in the arsenal, these are all base stats. Every weapon in the game, whatever weapon you're looking at is base stats. Whatever is the highest stat is what you want to build towards. So if we're looking at the Dragon Nakana, impact is 4.3, puncture is 8.5, slash is 72.3. Obviously, you're not going to build for puncture or impact because this is a slash weapon. How do you know that? Slash is the highest stat. So all you do is take the fact that slash is the highest stat, add more slash to it, which is how I came up with the 5.7. This is an old build, so none of these, I don't even use this weapon that often anymore. So I have Jagged Edge and I have Rending Strike here, which happens to have puncture on it, but that's not what I'm building for. Okay? So you don't notice I don't have like Sundering Strike on here, Auger Strike on here. I can actually show you, because if I put this on, it went from 49 to 81 there. Doesn't do shit. So if I put Buzzkill here, we went from 578 to 855. So like you have to mod to whatever the weapon is equipped for. You don't want to mod for the opposite. When it comes to something like the Dark Split Sword, I feel like I'm on the playground and I'm a 5-year-old kid and I have a whole thing full of sand. Because I can make whatever the fuck I want to make. Because there's no slash, there's no puncture, there's no impact. So I can do whatever I want with it. Which is why I built this. Okay? What up? I'm doing a stream on damage type. I know nobody cares. Exactly what he said. Right? So, heat radiation. Did you get your Dark Split Sword yet? Oh. I didn't know that either because I bought mine. Anyways, so I did. Anyways, I'm about to go show you guys what this looks like. Bear with me for a second because I don't want to ignore the viewers. We have comments. Wow. To unlock the mission, normally you just have to have the node open. So we are going to do. Yeah, I heard that a year ago, but go ahead. Yes, I do watch the dev streams. I mean, what do you want me to say? Oh, yeah. 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 You guys didn't have to go if I didn't know y'all were even in the fucking group still. Alright, so the main thing I want to show you guys is how effective this build is, why it took all day erupting this thing and fucking putting it together. My Dark Split Sword build. I spent like all day putting this shit together. So the only thing I don't like about the Dark Split Sword is how he fucking holds it with two hands. Because when you're in the middle of movement, he uses one hand to swing it. So if it's light enough for me to swing with one fucking hand, why does he run with it with, I don't know. I don't understand. Anyways. I don't get that. Like, I don't know. Why doesn't he hold it like Orthos Prime? Oh, I know, because Orthos Prime is my favorite melee. That's why. And it's boss. So, yeah, see that? These enemies are what? They're fucking 28, right? And this is, yeah. They are. Because the Dark Split Sword is fucking pretty So if you guys create the exact build that I built, exactly as I built it, you should be able to do this. Now the thing is, if I can kill these enemies at this level this easy, then I can kill an enemy that's higher than them. That's how I look at it. Or if there's an enemy twice their level, then they will die quicker. Or in, like, you know. Yeah. And you didn't want to. Hold on. Oh, did you send a fucking thingy? What hashtag when Marshall comes in and fucks up your stream? I know. Like, I was explaining shit and then here comes Marshall. Boom. Fucked up his life. Hold on. I love the stance mod for the fucking split sword. It's boss. Oh god, here she goes. She's here, everybody. So I'm purposely not using my, Yeah, mute yourself, you're fucking up my shit. I said mute yourself, you're fucking up my shit. I'm almost done. Yes. I'm purposely not using warding halo, so y'all can see that all this damage is coming from.
Wait. I was really sick, okay?
Unless you
I
can
was
handle
really
more
sick.
of the enemy.
It was really tragic, and I started crying too. I was like on the floor crying, like in my own vomit. It was really sad. It was a really
That's
sad
the last
day.
of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
It